Okay, folks, here we are once again. Let's just go to this save file. Let's remember we have 35 boards completed. Yep, I was on negation. Alright, let's go. Yeah, okay, obviously. Alright, what else we got? Nope, I don't think so. Okay. Let's see. These are either... Okay, so we get this. And I think that's it. Yep, okay. Alright, so there's no way that this could be... Okay, so if this is it, then that is, and neither of these are, but that would be a contradiction, therefore those are safe. Oh, that would be a contradiction, because this 0 would need to have a light square next to it, but there are no light squares next to it left for it to have, because this 2 eliminates all of them. And so, yeah, that's why that's a contradiction. Okay. This balances this. For example, okay, if this was a mine, one of these 2 light squares would have to be a mine, but this 2 would force the dark square to also be a mine in order for it to be still 2 up. And therefore, neither of these dark squares here could be mines, so they have to be safe. And I think that should be it. It is, okay. Exactly one of these 2 has to be, but then the 0 needs to balance, and the only way it could balance is if it was a dark square to balance with a light square, and so both of these are mines and that's safe. This already has a dark square with it, and so it needs to have the light square and nothing else because of this 1 as well. That just gives me that for free, okay. 5 mines left. There we go, got them. Next board. Okay, let's see. This 2 has to be either both black or both white. This 1 has to have exactly 1 black or white next to it. And because of this 2, one of these will be, and you can't, yeah, so that cannot be a mine, is what I can conclude from this. The 2, okay, so this 0, it almost shares everything with the 2. It shares everything except this 1 black square. But if this black square is highlighted, that means that... Okay, I see. And that... Okay. So I was thinking, like, if this wasn't here, like, if this was guaranteed to be safe, then, like, these 4 squares would have to have a sum of 0, right? And then the only way for this 2 to have enough would be for those 2 to be mines and that not to be, right? But if this square is here, then actually I could have it so that, like, this is a mine and that's a mine to balance the 0, and now this 2 is actually good, even with all of these gone. So I think I can't actually conclude anything else. And I was right. Okay. These are now balanced. And then because this 0... Yeah, okay, so these are both safe. And that means... What does it mean? I don't think it... Yeah, so I could still have a situation like this, and then, like, only one of these, and whatever, right? But I could also, like, move these to be like this, so those could go either way. Yeah, so there's... Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else, and I was right, okay. This is interesting now, because these are linked. That means this has to be a mine, and so does that, actually. Because... Oh, it also means that this cannot be... wait, hold on. Okay. Alright, so if this is a mine, then that has to not be, and that has to be, thereby forcing this to be, thereby unbalancing that, yes. So my instinct was correct on that. And that means that has to be, and that means these are just linked. Okay, this means that... Doesn't mean anything yet. Oh, this 2 gives me that information. Oh, now that this is gone, does that tell me? Yes, it does. Okay. And, alright, okay. I think that should be all. The 3, yeah, it determines it automatically. I have no information about the remaining 2 squares. Mine count, there we go, got them. Alright, that's 3, so I think we'll go back to outside for the 6x6, and then I'll unlock a new variant. But I guess before I do the new variant after unlocking... Okay, I remember I'm in outside now. Okay. Oh boy, okay, so these are mines, and these are not. That's just like from vanilla, the 1 and the 3 next to each other. There can only be 1 in either of these 2 squares, which means the other 2 mines for this 3 have to be these 2, and then, like, if this one, yeah, okay. We've seen that a million times, right? Okay. Hypothetically, let's say there's a mine, then this isn't. To get out, this guy would have to come up here, at least. And there's not really any issue with that. It can get out just fine. I think I'm kind of done here. Yeah, I am. Okay, now if this is a mine, that would actually kill this because of this one here. And this one would kill that one, and this mine would be trapped, and so that can't be a mine. And so we have that situation. Alright. So hypothetically, let's say this, right? Then this would happen, and because cross pattern, this would have to be a mine. Because if it's not, it would make a cross pattern, which, as I said last video, means like things would get trapped, right? And then, oh, this is already connected here, so that doesn't mean anything further from that. Yeah, I don't think I can really get anything. Yeah, okay. This 3 guarantees that this has to be a mine, right? Because, like, only one of these 2 can be, and so this is the only space left for the 3 to have its 3rd mine, so, like, okay, there we go. Because of cross pattern, this can't be. Right, because we have 2 empties here and 1 mine. If that were a mine, it would make a cross, and so it can't be a mine, right? Not really. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This 4. Okay. See how it has 3 mines already? The next mine would mean all the stuff has to not be mines. So if this was a mine, it would make a cross pattern like that. And so it can't be. Okay. Not quite the same story with this 3 because it only has 1 mine next to it. So like even if this was a mine, that could still be, and then everything would still be fine. Yeah, alright. So I think that's it. And it is. Yeah, okay. Okay, what can this 2 even... Ah, I see. The 4 guarantees that one of these 2 guys is a mine, but since this is already a mine next to the 2, that means like none of these 3 can be, because like there's already enough next to the 2 because of that one that's guaranteed from the 4. Okay. Is that all I get? I think that's all I get. It is. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now this 3 has 2 mines next to it, which means if that's a mine, it forces a cross pattern with this one together, and that has to be empty, right? Okay. Furthermore, is that I think that's all. Hold on. If this is a mine right here, now, the 1 would kill these 2 squares, and the 3 would now kill this square, and it would be trapped. Okay. That should be it. It is. Okay. Okay, this 4 next to the 1. This 1, only one of those 2 can be, but this 4 only has 5 squares next to it, 2 of which must only contain 1, so like one of those has to not be. That means these 3 must be. And then that 3 is done, and now that gives this, which gives that, which does that. And I have nothing left, right? 0 mines left, and there we go, got them. 1 more. Before I get the 5th one done and can unlock the thing. There's no way that can get anything, right? Yeah, okay. I think so. Oh boy. Well, you see about that. Oh, here. Right? Because, like, if this was a mine, the 1 would kill that and it'd be surrounded and be over. But I think that's really all I can conclude. It is. Okay, because of this 1 and 3 next to each other, this 3 only has 2 squares that are not shared with the 1, which means those 2 have to be mines because the 3rd one will come from the 1. And that means this 1 can't have this 1 outside here because it would just, like, starve the 3, okay? Then, like, this 1 only has 1 squared light next to it, whatever, okay? Alright, so this 3, yeah, I'm thinking, okay, like, what if this happens, right? Then we're in this situation. Nah, that doesn't really seem to cause any problems now that I look at it. I think this is it. What? Oh, wait. Oh, yep, okay, fair enough. Okay, so what happens is, if this is a mine, then both of these squares would have to be mines as well in order to avoid a cross pattern. Because if either of them wasn't a mine, then a cross pattern would form, right? Like, that would happen. But then there would have to be 5 mines next to the 4, and that's impossible. So this can't be a mine. And that's what I missed. Yep, that is what I missed. Oh my gosh. There, okay. That can't be because cross pattern, right? This can't be because it would trap the thing, because the 2 would force that dead and the 1 would force that dead. So, like, that's gone. So now that one of these two, it means exactly one of these two is. So, like, well, let's say that wasn't, right? Then, like, this would have to be, and that would have to be. Because this has to get out, and to continue getting out, this has to go here. And, okay, it has no problem getting out, actually, so there we go. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so what is going on here? Now if we're in this situation again, this would have to get out, but then the 1 would, like, kill it, and it'd be trapped. So that has to be a mine. Which means that can't be. Okay, let's see about this. Oh yeah, no, that would make a cross pattern, so nope. Okay, one of these two has to be a mine for this 2. And then if there was one here with this 3, it would form a cross pattern with those because it would have 3 mines next to it. Or that one. It would form a cross pattern in one of those 2 places. See, this is similar to what happened with this 4 here, except instead of there being 2 mines here, it's only 1. Like, it's kind of the same type of thing. Like, either way, a cross pattern is going to be created if there's a mine there, and that's going to result in a contradiction. Okay. So hypothetically, like, if this is a mine, that would also have to be. And, like, yeah, there's no problems with that. I think this is it. Yeah. This has to have 4. Okay, that means 2 of these 3 have to be. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna try building an argument by cases with this. That would kill that, thereby forcing nothing. Well, this. And now, yeah, okay, first of all, these 2, there can only be 1 in there. So this actually would have to be mine. Okay. And like those couldn't be. Alright, so that's something, but that's not the right marks to make. Okay, so now we assume the opposite, that isn't a mine, and therefore that is. This now has to get out, which means that has to be mine. Okay. This will be dead, that will be safe. This will be a mine now, and this needs to have 1 more in here and 1 more in there, which, like, yeah, you can't really fix. But I have concluded that that's not a mine and that that is. And I think everything else, like, I've basically proven that anything could go either way. Right? Like, you could have this and that and this and that, or you could have, like, this be the mine. Or you could have, like, both of these be the mines. Like, obviously you can't have a mine here and here because I'd make a cross pattern, but, like, that's not necessary. Anyway, I think we're good. Indeed we are. Okay, there we go. This, to avoid a cross pattern, that has to be a mine. There, here. Okay, what are we looking at? This thing... This already has 3 next to it. It needs 1 more. This already has 3. It needs 1 more there, so these are safe. Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. This has to get out. I think the rest is mine count. Yep, so it is. Okay, we unlocked D, which is dual. But let's finish up negation, right? That's how I do things? Is it? I think so. Maybe? Do I want to do the new variant? Yeah, actually I'm going to do the new variant. That's what I'm going to do, okay? Okay, so what this is that all the mines have to form, they have to come in pairs that are orthogonally adjacent to each other, but like if there's anything more than two that are orthogonally adjacent to each other, that violates it, okay? So anytime you have two mines together, like all the things orthogonally adjacent to those two mines have to not be mines, which is like kind of big. Alright, yeah, this one. Okay, so this can't be a mine. Because if it were, it would kill that square, and then it'd have nothing to buddy with it to make a pair. And I think that's all I get. Yeah, alright. Okay, this is where... So, like, if this is a mine, it forces this, which kills all these. Oh, but you can still have something like that happen. Okay, and then if this is a mine, this... Yeah. Okay, I think that's all. Okay. Just, you know, 1, 2 on the edge, and then another 2 next to it. Like, this 2 shares all of these squares with that 2. So all the mines next to this 2 have to also be next to that one. So all the ones that it doesn't share with it have to be not mines, right? Typical 2 thing. And then because this is no longer a mine, or can't be a mine, this has to not be. Because if it were, then this 1 would kill this square, and then this would have no way to have a buddy, and it would shrivel up and die, and that allows me to do this. Okay, this needs 2 next to it. So if this is a mine... Okay, well, let's just say this thing's a mine, right? Then there's 3 possibilities. Either this could be a mine, killing both of these squares, and thereby making the 3 not able to do anything, so that's impossible. Or this could be a mine, killing both of these squares, thereby making this 3 not able to have enough mines next to it. Or this could be a mine, killing both of these squares, which means that 3 still doesn't have anything next to it. So there's actually no way that can be. And I think that's actually all I get. Yeah, it is. Haha. This is interesting, because now... this 3 has to have 2 next to it, right? So that means exactly one of these 2 has to be. Whichever one will like make a duel like this, right? So how... Maybe like this. If this is a mine, I think that breaks everything. So hypothetically, let's say this was. That would kill both of these squares, thereby making this 3 have to have those 2 to complete it, but then that would kill this square, means that 3's done for. So that's impossible. Right, so I just proved a contradiction with a mine, assuming that this was a mine. If that one also is... Yeah, I'm just doing multiple layers of proof by contradiction here is all. So the other possibility, one other possibility, is that this is a mine. If that one is, right? It has to have a buddy with it, so one of the 3 next to it has to be. What happens then? Wait, still green. That would kill this square and this square, thereby forcing this and this, so actually that's possible. Okay. That would complete the board. Yeah, this is a valid arrangement, so it is possible for that square to be a mine. I did not find a contradiction. Well, hold on. But what if this one is, right? Could I make an argument by cases? I can, because this is now dead. So actually, this forces this to be a mine, and actually completes the entire board. Yeah. It determines the entire board if that is a mine. So now if I'm able to conclude literally anything from assuming that this is not a mine, that will mean this can't be. And since that isn't in the other scenario, that means that one's safe. Okay, what else can we conclude? Let's try this. That would give this, kill both of these, then you'd have this, wait, no, not both of those. You'd have this and this, which, like, okay, now gives that situation, right? So that's one option. Let's just erase all the things that don't line up with what was already marked, which is most of them, to be honest, okay? So that's a possibility. The other possibility is, well, okay, the other possibility is that this is not a mine. Well, what I should do is like try to see if it's possible for this to not be a mine. And I think what would happen is this and this and that, and then that would do the trick. So actually this is literally all we got. Okay, that forces this, which concludes a lot. Yeah. Didn't even have to tell me the mine count. Okay. Same deal as before. Oh, the same exact start. Oh, wow, the same exact start, but in a different orient. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Jeez. See, I got that last time, remember? I totally got all those deductions, because it's like, oh, now because of this, this has no buddy to go with it if it is a mine. But that forces this to be a mine, which kills that, and now this only has those two left, and like, okay. So, like, literally the same thing happened this time. Oh, we have this 3 here. Again, the same reason. That will be safe. I think that's it, though. Yeah, okay. One of these two has to be, so that one has to be. Now, if this is a mine, let's say, hypothetically, what that would do would kill both of these, and then you'd have that, and everything would be fine. So actually, that's possible. Otherwise, though, you have this going on, which would do that, and then give, wait, hold on. No, that's death. Okay. So hold on, if this isn't a mine, then that has to be, and therefore that has to be, and then that, oh, yeah, no, this just has to be a mine. That's big. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Is this really gonna do this to me? 2 and 2, oh no, 4 and 2, okay. So 2 of these 3 have to be mines. So let's do some argument by cases, alright? That would force this to be a mine. But then, like, anything could happen after that, because that could, yeah, alright. This is about the extent of what we got going on in this hypothetical scenario. Then if we have this, then this would happen, thereby killing that and forcing both of these to be mines, thereby killing this, and that is a contradiction. So actually, that is what we can conclude. And I think that's it. I really think it is. I'm wrong. Oh, what? Hold on. Oh, because that would force this, because then neither of these could be, because it would make a triple instead. Ah, dang it. Okay, fair enough. Okay, here. Alright, so what yeah, I concluded all of this. There we go. Alright. I mean, that should be alright. What could possibly, I don't have mine count or anything, right? So like if this is a mine, give this situation, and then like that could happen, right? If this is a mine, then like this is satisfied and everything's fine. If this is a mine, then like we could still have that. So like, okay. So either that is or both, yeah, alright, it's fine. Nothing can happen, just as it couldn't before. Now, what does this change? Does this actually change anything? No, it doesn't. Okay, let's see. So either this can happen, which would do this. Then like that could happen, I guess. But also possibly that. Theoretically. I mean, I know the mine count is actually 8, so this would violate the mine count, that arrangement, but like, okay. But what about the other side of the equation here? Yeah, no, everything's still fine. Literally. Oh, but like this can't be, right? Because if this were, it would force this to be killing that and that. Okay, yeah. That's all I got. Okay. Now, I think the answer is therefore this, right? But is there another way? Like if this is a mine, then like, yeah, no, we're done for. This 3 is done. So that can't be. That forces that to be, and that forces that to be, thereby taking that out, thereby forcing this to be, which, like, yeah, okay. Alright, negation 6. Whoa, that's a lot of clues. Okay. We started with 35 boards complete, right? Yeah. Alright, these ones together mean that that can't be, and then the 0 tells us something. Not really, does it? Okay, one of these three guys has to be. Okay, so maybe, like, if that's a mine, neither of these can be. And that has to be, thereby killing that. Ooh. Okay. If this, oh no, hold on. Wait, oh jeez. Hold on, let's say this is a mine, right? It forces this and these to be empty. And that to be empty. This is balanced, one of these, okay, that's empty, that has a mine. And then this one, these have to be balanced to satisfy the one, which means that has to be not a mine. And then this one, yeah, no, that's pretty much all I can get from that, I guess. Okay, let's assume this. So I guess there's two other possibilities. This one has to have one of these be mine, so let's say it's that one for now. Then like this would happen, and a lot of these consequences would still fall out, right? But the point is, like, these are gone, right? Okay. Oh, oops, hold on. Now in the other scenario, this would happen, which would force this, which would kill that. These would have to be the same amount, which means one of these would have to be unbalanced, which means it forces this as a situation. These could be either both or neither, it doesn't really matter. It would balance those, and so I think we have literally nothing else to conclude. Yep, got them. Okay, so if, let's hypothetically say this was a mine, it would force this because of the 0 here. But now this 2 has a difference of 0 right now, so it needs to be buffed. Or not buffed, but like those two need to be mines, and that one has to not be. Now this 1 is now behind. It's +2 on black, so it needs one more white in order to get to +1. Then this 0 forces that to be black. Now one of these two has to be, and this one has to be, in order to balance out the extra surplus from this one. So that's now safe and those are balanced. Okay. So you have this as a consequence of this assumption, which is kind of a lot. Maybe something there will align with the contrary assumption. Okay, so let's say this isn't, then that means that isn't. Oh, and like it still forces that. Huh. Now these are balanced, which is interesting, which means if that's a mine, that's a contradiction, right? Because if that's a mine, it would force that to be, but then this one, and specifically also force that not to be, and then this one would have 0 difference, and it would be violated. So we actually need this situation going on in order to salvage that. And then this has to not be on. And so the situation we are in then is that these 3 are mines, that one is not. Right, in this hypothetical, that would be a mine. And in this case, these would be balanced, which means it could be both or neither, meaning like, yeah, these are gone. And everything else, oh, here is safe, yes. Everything else is marked opposite of what like it was in the reverse hypothetical situation, so we're good. Hold on, this, yeah, like this, okay. And this one is good, it just, yeah, okay, so that should be all. Okay, these have to be balanced, so that means that can't be. No, that's it. Okay, that tells me all of that. One mine left, it has to be in here, so these three are safe, but I can't tell you which one's which. Okay. Next. This 0 and this 1 together means exactly one of those two squares has to be, but you don't know which. But if exactly one of those two squares has to be, and it can't be both, that means all three of these have to be in order to have this 2 be plus 2. Because it can't be plus 2 black, because only one of those two blacks can be. Right, because this 0 has to have a difference of 0 in these 4 squares, so the only way for this 1 to have a difference of 1 is that exactly one of those two squares is highlighted. Or is a mine? Yeah, okay. Alright. So that means exactly one of these two is and exactly one of those two is. But it can't be both of those because like this 0 here can only have one light square next to it. But it also is possible for it to be neither of those things. Like it could be like this and then the 0 might still just have nothing next to it and that would be fine. Okay. Oh, I know this as well, and I also know these can't be. Because of course exactly one of these has to be, and then whichever one it is, whatever, right? You need exactly these 3 white squares to make this plus 2 for white with the 3 minus 1. And these would ruin that if those were mine, so like they can't be. Okay. And I think that's all I got for this one. Okay, this 3 doesn't tell me anything quite yet. Well, it tells me that it's not possible for all these 3 to be black, and in fact, it's not possible for any 2 of them to be. Only, at most, one of them can be. This 2, does that really tell me anything either? No, it tells me that, like, the number of... Well, yeah, you can't have all 3 black squares, right? You can have up to 2. Alright, so the point is, it's not possible for both of these to be black. That's the point. And if any one of them is, it forces all the white ones around the 3 to be and those not to be, which means, like, these can't be. And I think that's just, like, the situation that you're in no matter what. In fact, yeah, it means this and that and that. Because, like, if this wasn't a mine, it would force that to be and none of these to be, but then this would have 1 white and 0 blacks, and then the difference would not be 0, and so, yeah. So, like, oh, it also means this can't be, because if it was, it would force that to be and those not to be, and, right, like, here, that would force this to balance the 3, but then these can't be, because they would ruin the balance of the 3, but now the 0 is unbalanced, and it's over, right? Okay. Yep, nope, I think that's it. Okay, so this 1 needs to have 1 next to it and not the other, so we're like in that kind of situation. Yep, That 2 gives me that information, which, yeah, is not quite enough to tell me anything else about anything, is it? No, can I think about this 1 for a little bit? No, I don't think that gets me anything. The 0, well, let's say that that isn't, right? That would force all of these not to be. It would force this to be, and then both of these to be, and that's actually completely fine, doesn't result in any contradictions, I think. Yes, okay. Okay, this 1, these need to be both or neither, which means that can't be. Because if this was, it would force that to be and that not to be, but then this 1 would be plus 2 rather than 1, which is like, no, not allowed. Okay, yeah. So like either those are both, or those are neither, and that one is, whichever one, both will work. Okay, this one means this has to be, this 2 requires that, which gives that information. But I think that's about it. There's only 1 mine left, that means neither of these can be, and that has to be, okay. Woo, got a new variant, but let's, oh yeah, let's play the new variant, right? Is that what we want to do? I think that's what we want to do, okay. This is cross, meaning the clues now tell you the number of mines that are in a cross shape of length 2 for a total of 8 squares, so it tells you the same amount of information, just the information is in different places. Yeah. The clue indicates the number of mines in a cross region within distance 2. Okay, there we Oh, right, this is, okay. So this one means only one of these two can be, right? See, it's the cross, right? But this 3 only has 4 available spots, and 3 of them need to be mines, but, like, it can't be both of these, so, like, both of these have to be, and none of the other ones can be, because if they are, it would cancel out both of those, and this 3 would have nowhere to go. Typical stuff. Okay. This just tells me that, like, okay, the 0 means there's nothing there. Oh, hello, okay. That's a lot. That's, like, most of the board already done. And I'm literally, like, there's no clues left that can do anything. Hello? Hello? Okay, I guess this is gonna be really easy. This 1 shares both of these squares with the 3, so it's like that kind of situation going on. Let's see, this 3 has a lot of open squares next to it. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, what are we looking at? That has 4 squares available, needs 3 mines. That has 3 squares available and needs 2 mines. There's not much interaction between stuff. Oh, hello, here we go. This 1 and this 3 intersect in those 2 squares together. So that means out of these 4 squares, these 2 have to be, and everything that isn't those 2 squares that intersect on the 1 has to not be. So we have that kind of situation. And now that that's open, that forces both of those to be a mine, which does this, and then, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yep, you're just gonna give me everything. Yep, okay, 0 mines left, here we go. Yeah, I guess with small boards, this is kind of easy. I don't know. You know, same deal, the 1 overlaps with the 3, and this way the 3 only has 4 squares anyway, so, like, it needs, yeah, the same deal as those other times. It's the same stuff. Okay, this has 4 open spaces, needs 3 mines. This 2 already has a mine, so it can only have 1 more. And it shares these 2 squares with this 3, so only one of these 2 can be, which means both of these have to be, and if the 2 has anything other than those shared squares, then it's gonna die as well. Or it will kill the 3, whatever. Okay. Yep, this gives that, which does all of this. Are we there yet? No, we're not quite there yet, are we? We don't have mine count information. Okay, mine count. So if this is a mine, right? Let's say. That would kill both of these because the 1 and the... Oh, wait. It wouldn't kill both of those, would it? No. Hold on. Let's say this is a mine, okay? That would force both of these to be a mine because the 2 would only have 2 squares left. Okay, so that's one possible arrangement. If that's a mine, that determines the rest of the board, right? So that's a possible thing that can happen, okay? Because it has... Oh, wait, that requires 3 mines, and we only have 2 left, so actually that can't be, which means that is. Okay, there's only 1 mine left, and it has to be within one of these 2 squares, but it also has to be in range of this 2, so the only other place, yeah, like, okay. Okay, we got cross 6x6. Wait, why did I hit next level? That's not what I want. I think I'm going to dual 6x6 now. That would unlock the S, oh, the snake variation. Oh boy. Alright, we're on normal clues again, but dual. This could be, actually. Hold on. What about... let's say hypothetically... Yeah, no, that's like perfectly fine. But like this could be still as well because this could happen. What about like this? That would kill all of these, thereby forcing this, which would kill that and that and that. But then this 2 would be required to have those 2 next to it, but this guy won't have a buddy, and so it's all over. So this is actually impossible. Okay. But I think like everything else I try would be completely fine, yeah. So that's like all I get. Ha! Okay, obviously this can't be, right? Because if it were, like, this would kill it because of the 1s, but now it's trapped. Nobody. This 2 needs at least one of these 2 squares to be, because if, like, neither were, then there's only 1 left. So, and these 2 have to both be, because if one of them was but not the other wouldn't have a buddy. Okay. Okay, so that forces that to be. This is either gonna go like, oh no. that could do. No, I can't really conclude anything from that, can I? What happens if this, then you get this situation, which is like perfectly fine. Well, okay, so you either have this, which does that, or you have this, which will force this killing that. So like this is dead, regardless. Okay, so there are two situations. One where this happens, which kills like all of this, and that's legit all it does. Or where this happens, which does this and kills that, and then this can do whatever it wants. And there's really nothing in common here, that's it. Okay. This, so this situation cannot happen, because now this has 3 next to it, and that's a 2, so that's not possible. Therefore, that has to be, and it kills all of that and all of those. And that's all we got, this 4. Okay, so if this isn't, then there's no way, we would force these 3 to be, but these would have 3 together instead of 2, so that means this has to be a mine, which forces this not to be, because obviously either that's its buddy, in which case this square dies, or that's its buddy, and that square dies, which also kills that and does this, right? Okay, but if this is the buddy, then like this happens. Okay. I think we're in a similar situation with like the 3, like if this is a thing, this would kill 2 squares and the 4 wouldn't have enough. And this would kill 2 squares and the 4 wouldn't have enough. And then like this would kill 2 squares and the 4 wouldn't have enough. So either way, this one's safe. I think that, oh, what? Huh? Okay, well, let's see. What did I got that. And then that did this, which forced that, which forced this, which gave us all of that. That gave this, which saved that, and then this forced that to happen, which, okay. Then I concluded that, at the very least, and that saved that, right? And then that is safe. But it's saying something about this square and that square? Alright, well, let's say this is a mine, okay? Then, like, that would be, wait, no, hold on. There's many possibilities here. We could have this be a mine, which would clear all this up and force that in, which would then like complete the board. With only 8 mines on the whole 6x6 board, which means there's probably not enough mines, but I don't have the mine count, so I can't say that for sure. Come on. But that's certainly not a contradiction, is what the point is, right? Wait, hold up. Oh, bruh. Alright, if this isn't a mine, it would force these 2 to be, which, like, oh, look at that. That's a group of 3. Not allowed to have a group of 3. So that has to be a mine. Okay. So now what can happen is, like, this could happen, which would force this and all this. And then, like, this would be forced to be a mine because of the 1, and that would be safe. Oh, and if this wasn't a mine, then one of these 2 would have to be there by killing that square, so that's why this has to be safe. Okay. And, yeah, I know that that's already... Okay. Well, we have that situation because, you know, these 2 squares only 1 can be, but there's, like, only enough for... So these 3 have to be because that's, like, all that's left for the 4. Okay. That kills that, puts this in there, and there we go. And it's kind of funny how Duel just, like, never needs to tell you the mine count in order for you to deduce anything. Because, like, by the time it would become relevant, you've already filled the board up with everything. That's pretty interesting. What is going on here? How can I do anything? Oh, hold on. What if this is... what if this is a mine? Yeah. So either this would be a mine, which would kill both of those. Now this 2's dead, so no. Or maybe this is a mine, but that would kill both of these, and then this, if it were a mine, well, I mean, the 2 would force both of these to be mines, but then this has no way of getting a buddy, and so it's over. And then if this is a mine, it kills both of these, which, like, yeah, now this 2 is done for. So actually, there's just, like, no way this is a mine, and for the same reason, that can't be either. Okay, I think that's probably it. Like, I can't imagine Okay, so I get this 3 here. That's the new information that I'm given. So there's kind of three situations here. Either this could be not the mine. Yeah, okay. I'll start with yellow. Okay, there. Say that's not a mine. That would force both of these to be mines. Since they need buddies, that would force those to be mines. Now, look what we have here. Only one of these two can be mines. Therefore, all these 3 have to be in order to complete this 4. Oh, but now he's dead. Because that's a group of 3. Or, well, yeah, we can't have a group of 3 in duel. Alright, so that forces this to be a mine. And now there's 2 situations. Either this could be the mine, which would kill that and that. Only one of these 3 could be. And only 2 of these have to be, so that would kill that. And then, like, one of these 2 would have to be, but it can't be both. You could have, like, this kind of thing go on. Okay, let's try the other way. Like, if this was here, that's dead. Now this 3 needs 2 more mines next to it. Oh, either way, probably, like, this is the thing. No, not even that. This is it. Right? Because if this were the mine, that couldn't be because it would make a group of 3. It would force that to happen, and now this already has 3 next to it, and this 4 can't have all 3 of those. So yeah, that's what kills it. Is that all I get? Is that all I can get? Okay, so we can hypothetically say this happens, and then like, okay, like whatever can happen here, there's ways for it to happen. This can happen, and then like, oh, let's do that or something. Yeah, okay. I think yeah, okay. Oh, hey, that gives me that information. So let's see. Right, 2 3s on an edge. 2 of the same number on an edge means that everything here has to be safe, because if it isn't, then like there's an unbalance between the shared squares between those, because the squares that this has are a subset of the squares that are next to that one, and so like if anything is in the difference of the sets, then it's too many. Alright. So argument by cases, let's do that. Oh, I still can't really tell anything here. Oh, hold on. Hold up. No. These can't all 3 be, so that has to be. Yeah. And that makes that safe. Because either that's the buddy or that's the buddy, and either of them being the buddy means that one can't be. Okay. And then we have a situation like where if this is the thing, hold up. Oh, but because there's space here for this to happen, then you could have that kind of situation and it would be completely fine. So actually I can't even do that reasoning, and so that's all I got. One of these guys is the buddy for this guy. Both of those are in range of the 2, which would complete the 2, so these are safe. That's literally all the new information that 2 could ever give me. Hello, okay, that means that, and therefore this. But that's all. Okay. Let's say this is the mine. And that isn't. Oh, hold on. Let's say this is the mine, and that isn't, and both of these are. And we get this kind of situation going on, right? That's all we would conclude from that. Okay. Then there's like all of these things that I need to mark. Okay, that's here. Now the reverse assumption, the assumption that's the other thing, the opposite of what I first assumed. And I can build an argument of cases with that. So this mine needs to be with the 3. So now there are 2 possibilities I can see going on here. You have this, which would kill all of that, thereby forcing this. And now anything that contradicts the other consequences. I mean, it would get that, but okay. But either of those could be the buddy. Okay. That's gone. Now the other possibility is this, which would, oh, yeah, okay. Do that, and this could be whatever, right? So literally all I got is that one. But I think that's all I get. Okay, this 4 needs 2 in these 3 squares. This 2 will have 2 in those 3 squares. That means all these other squares can't be. And that means that either you have this situation, which will force this to happen, or the other way, which will force this and this, and that's gone. And that's actually it. So, hold up. How? Oh, never mind. I have all of those squares now. It's this that is guaranteed, and that's it. All right. Okay. Oh boy, this 4 needs some stuff next to it, like there. Okay. So that, as usual. I've explained that multiple times by now. Yeah. 2 mines left. That means anything not in range of the 3 can't be a mine. But, like, whether it's these 2 or those 2... Oh, that always has to be then. Ha ha ha. Okay. Alright, we got the new variant. It is S for snake. The mines have to create a snake. Yep, it's snake and Minesweeper together. The mines all have to form one single path, and it can't ever have branching paths or any isolated points, and it can't even like have one segment of it adjacent to like a different segment, right? It can't like overlap on itself like this situation does, okay? Yeah, alright. So the 0, yeah. Yeah, there's no way there could be more information than that. Okay, this can't be, because if it were, then this would get killed by the 1, and now this would not be able to continue. Hold on! Oh, okay, there would have to be mines in the 2, and there'd be no way for them to connect up. I was about to be like, but what if the mine count is just literally 1? Because, like, the mine count's not revealed. In which case, like, that's the entire snake and that's it. But, like, because this 2 exists, other mines have to be on the board, and so, like, no, that reason doesn't hold. Okay. This snake has to get out to be able to get to the 2, right? Furthermore, like, if that's a mine, it would either get trapped... Well, okay. If this is a mine, then, like, this snake has to get out of here to reach the other one. The only path for it to go is this way, but that would fill up this 2, and now it's trapped, and you have 2 isolated snake segments that can't ever meet each other. Okay. Now, if I knew the mine count, I would say, oh, that can't be, because that would mean the 2 ends of the snake would be on the same, like, diagonal grid as each other, which would force there to be an odd number of mines, and I know the mine count is actually even. But since I don't know the mine count, I can't actually reason like that, which I usually could with snake, but here I can't, which is somewhat interesting. Oh, what? No, you can't do that to me. Look! 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 You could make that be the snake, and then it would work, dude. That's not fair. You didn't tell me the mine count. Oh, it said even. I didn't read that it was even. Wow. Okay. It actually told me that it was even. Bro. I was literally like, yeah, but you don't know that the mine count's even, so you don't know that that can't be. And then it's like, actually, though. Actually, mine count is even. Ugh. What a joke. Alright. Okay. So, if this is a mine, for instance, that would kill this, because you can't have a 4x4 block, because that's like a snake overlapping on itself, right? So that would kill this. And that means the end of the snake would have to be here. But guess what? That's on the same diagonal grid as that. I should maybe explain that, okay? So if I imagine that, like, the board is checkerboard patterned, right? Which is kind of awkward. They might want to do that here. Anyway, okay, we have this checkerboard pattern, right? So if I have a snake that starts somewhere here, let's ignore these guys for now, okay? If I start on a non-check, like every time I go one distance, I have to change from a not colored square to a colored square, right? And every time I go another link, I change. So that means anytime I start on a non-colored square and end on a colored square, it has an even number. And anytime I start on the same color square that I end on, it has an odd number. So that means the snake can't start and end on the same color on the checkerboard pattern, okay? And the point is, that's why I was able to deduce that that wasn't a mine. Once I knew that the mine count was even. Okay, anyway. So my point is that if this is a mine, that would force that not to be, because it would make a little overlap on itself, and it's not allowed to do that. But then the snake would start and end, because like there's no way for this to continue elsewhere. Like that has to be the end of it if this is blocked off. And that means that it starts and ends on the same checkerboard color, which means it would have an odd number of mines, but I know there are an even number of mines, so that doesn't actually work. And therefore that can't be a mine, and then for this to get out and connect with that other one, that has to be. Right, okay. But I think that's it, because this has like 2 different places it can go. This also has 2 different places it can go. Dang it! Yeah, so like if this came into here, then like this would have to connect up with it to collect it, but then like it wouldn't be able to turn around and get out of here to connect up with those other ones, so it would be isolated and trapped. And they would never be able to connect up with each other, and so yeah, I just missed that. Okay. Oh boy, alright, so if this were here, that would kill this, forcing this, which like technically is no problem. If this were here, that would go like that. But I guess in either of the scenarios, like this guy had to be the mine. And in that case, there's no way this can be, right? Because, yeah, because like to connect up with this without going to a dead end, well, it'd still go to a dead end either way. Either way, if you're here and here, there's no way out of this situation, right? I mean, first of all, you can't do that because it would split the snake. So then, like, your only option is for you to come down here like this, but then, like, you're just at a dead end. No matter which one you connect up to it, you can't, like, get there. So that's done for. But there's a possibility of the snake going like this, or just going like that. And in either cases, like, everywhere that they intersect is already marked as a mine on my map, right? So mine count is what's going to tell me, right? If I go this way, that's only 2 more mines on the board. But if I go this way, that's all 4 more. And so there we go. Same deal with the thing before. Like if this is the mine, it kills that, and now it's trapped. It can't get it. Wait! Ah! And this time, since I know the mine count is even, there has to be at least 1 more mine if there's only 1 on the board. And so I can reason that that's safe, actually. Oh, that's hilarious. The even mine count saves me once again. But technically, if the mine count wasn't known to be even, if the mine count was just literally 1, then like that would be it. Then like it's over, all the rest are safe, and like that's the board. And that would be a possible option if I didn't have the mine count was even. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. This has to come out, and alright. So so it's possible that it ends here. It could just like do that or whatever, right? And that'd be an even number because you see the checkerboard pattern would go like this, and that's on a different checkerboard color than that one, which would be the other end of it. Which means like I got nothing. Alright. Safe. Oh, here we go. Alright, so here would cause like a split branch in the snake, which is not allowed, so there you go. If this were here, that would be the end of the snake, but... Oh, they are separate checkerboard colors, so actually that's not even a problem. I think that's all. Huh. Okay, so let's imagine that... this is mine or something. What would happen then? Then, like, this would have to connect up with that somehow, right? There's kind of two ideas for how that could happen. You could be like, oh, here, and then, like, one of these could be or whatever. Oh, hold on. And that's actually completely fine. You could just do that and it'd be fine. Okay, never mind. What about, like, if that's... Well, no, then you could just probably go like this. But, hold on. Ooh. Checkerboard. Okay. So let's see if there's any way of, like, reconciling that situation. Let's say this is a mine, right? This guy is not going to be able to get out, because if it tries to go all the way around like this, that would make 7 mines around the 6, which is impossible. So, like, one end of the snake has to be here, or like, wherever it goes after that, right? In fact, it can't be there, because if it were, then, like, checkerboard... Okay. So that means this has to be a middle segment. And that means it needs to have 2 ones adjacent to it. And the only 2 adjacent to it that it can have to be in the middle of the snake is those. Because the end has to be here and somewhere around this area. Specifically, either here or here. Those are the only 2 ending points the snake can have. Because if it ends here, then that's checkerboard. And if it ends here, that's also checkerboard. Okay. Oh wait, so, like, that's actually forced. Here, like this. And that kills both of these squares, because, like, it would make overlapping snake, or, like, branching, or the box, or whatever, right? Okay, so these 3 have to be mines, if this corner one is. Then, well, the only place for it to go, really, because it can't go here or here now, is to go here. Now, obviously, it can't make it through here, right? Because that would make 7 mines around the 6, which is impossible. So it has to go here. But now the 6 has 5 mines, and, like, that can't be 1, and that would be isolated if it were. And that would force this to happen, but now... Well, I can literally count the mines and show you that it would be an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, no! It's an odd number, so this is impossible. Okay. But I have come up with situations where, like, this is... Yeah. Like, and this is fine. And, like, instead of doing that... Oh, hold on. What about this? Yo, what about this? Because look at that. It would force this, but guess how many are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Because that would die, and that would be safe, or like, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's an odd number. That can't happen. So actually, that's safe too, which means that's guaranteed to be a mine, and so is that. And guess what happens? If that isn't, then, like, what? They can't connect up. So that means, like, this has to be. And so the only thing... Wait, this has to have 6 mines next. So, like, actually that determines it. That's crazy. Oh, wow. I'm already past an hour. I really got into that snake puzzle, bro. I guess? How much progress did I make? 51? I started at 35? I only got 16 boards. Bruh. I mean, this is getting more difficult, I guess. Oh, partition. I hate partition. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's gonna be after the end of it. I, like, went past an hour. Snake is pretty crazy, dude. Okay. Alright. That was fun, though. Yeah, I guess, maybe I'd do another one of these tomorrow. I don't know. It's like a long weekend, and, like, maybe it's okay to do more than one a week. I don't know. It should be, right? It's fine, right? Yeah, I can totally upload more than one video a week. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. So maybe I'll do one tomorrow, and or Sunday, and or Monday, depending on how things shake up. But, like, okay. Oh, well, I gotta do Mega Pack Spotlight tomorrow, yeah. Or possibly host it, most likely, is what that means. Anyway, But I guess I'll see you next time. Maybe sometime over this Memorial Day weekend or not. I don't know. That's it. Void out.